naked man and a naked woman, this works.
Yeah, you'd think a woman who was walking into these situations would probably put more clothes on.
I'm not judging.
But I usually play a dude, so, you know.
My family was butchered by hellspawn. To witness such a thing is enough to leave your mind in ruins. Madness killed my sister and left me frightened and alone. Until I was rescued. Rescued by survivors who had joined together to rid the world of the creatures of hell. They saw in me the strength to resist the demons. And they forged me into a weapon. Only the dead reek like this. The fallen star is near.
I guess I'm just going to skip the story bits. Because who needs story bits? How are we doing? Okay, everything's good.
Apparently the monk is Russian.
Здравствуйте, товарищ.
Spasiba.
I only know a couple of words. Normally the bad ones. Oh, I know привет.
Доброе утро.
I know suka.
Sasi mejor suka.
And blate. It's funny. I work with a woman who's from the Ukraine, and of course she speaks both Ukrainian and Russian. And she doesn't really have any sort of prejudice against one or the other. But we were talking about language and all that. Oh yeah, I gotta do skills, so I don't forget to do that. It's important. We were talking about language and all that. I said, I only know a couple of words in Russian. She's like, oh yeah, which ones? And I'm like, suka is the one I keep hearing in the traffic videos. And she's like, you can't say that.
That's awesome.
I'm like, is that why they always say it after the car crash? And she's like, you knew, you jerk.
You did, let's be fair.
I did. I knew damn right.
You know damn right.
So what video card you running these days?
660.
Wait, you do VR on a 660?
Yep.
How the hell? I mean, I know you can get away with not listening to, but, you know, no wonder you have a... The hell is this? No wonder you have motion sickness issues.
Yeah.
Also, I understand having the actual touch controls helps a lot.
Oh, okay.
Some people are like, well, if you don't have the touch controls, you're just kind of a floating head. It's killing business. Let's see what you did.
Ah.
All right. New Tristram.
Nikki pants.
I forgot about this bit. Like, here you are. You are obviously way more skilled than everyone on the map, period. You can beat everyone in this town, and you're level 1. And they're like, hey, could you do this fetch quest? If it's not too much bother, could you run back and forth and be a messenger?
That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
Down the road we'll go then.
Yep. Are you coming? No, that's you guys. I've got stuff to do. Like my aunt. I gotta visit my aunt. Actually quite important in this time. Not like today where you could just not acknowledge your aunt at all. You
It's
see her at a
interesting,
family
right?
reunion, and she's like, hi! And you're like, are we related? I'm not convinced. To be fair, that's more or less how I treat my dad, too.
I mean,
Ooh.
good reason?
Not as much as you.
Rocket Jew.
You know, sometimes you could just be aware of what your resentments are. You don't need therapy. You know.
Sometimes.
That's my life. I know what's up. Ooh, a stump.
A skunk sat on a stump. The stump stunk, the skunk stunk.
Do I even want to know? And this is the interesting thing about Diablo. I know why people play it. This is chill as hell. It requires almost no thinking.
True.
It's like Borderlands. I don't know why people would ever watch it.
Oh god. Oh, watching it would be boring as hell.
Yeah, and yet I have 3 people watching it, and I'm really thankful that they're around because I hope they get something out of it. But
Hi, cool people validating our lives.
that's all it took. Definitely nothing about alleviating my imposter syndrome at work. How's your job doing? We haven't talked in a while. No, we don't have to go here, but I want to see what's in it. Like, the house doesn't look huge, so how big could the cellar be, right? Well, this is a pretty dank cellar. Where the weed at? To be fair, we got what was advertised.
It's true.
So your job. Ugh, gross. I should probably check my inventory, see if there's anything I can equip.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, look. There's stuff I can equip.
Still hangs over this place.
I keep forgetting that you don't have to you don't have to continuously click. You can just hold it.
Oops.
Well, kind of oops. Oh, we'll give that a shot. Fuck it. Fuck it.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Speaking of doing stuff live, hey Bill O'Reilly, how's that career going?
Sorry, speaking of do it live, what?
Hey Bill O'Reilly, how's that career going?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't have any way to break that. Neither do you. Oh wait, is there a warp port? Can we go just like?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we can. But oh, look at that. He's waiting in the center of town for us.
Nor should she. I will help her find him. How satisfying.
A new skill slot is available.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to Adria's hut. The key must still be there.
Man, how cool are the names of the shit in this game? Reptilian Cloth Tunic of Slaughter. Mm-hmm. Where's that merchant? Here. Buy things.
Sell things.
Okie dokie. New Tristram waypoint to get to the old ruins, so we go right back. It's really nice of this teleport system just existing in this world.
It's true.
Here, let me open the gate.
Oh, look at you opening the gate and shit. Not you, but whoever this is that just teleported in. Is she a helper? Oh my god, she's a helper. I've clearly never played the single player here.
Where, did you go back through the teleporter?
Yep, although it's possible to teleport to me. Just clicking on, right click on me.
It's my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
Uncle Deckard. See, that I know.
He was a great warrior who was lost.
I played the original
Stay a
Diablo. I know
while,
what's
let me
up.
shit. I'm sorry, that was terrible.
Terrible is on Saturday. I'll be playing Metal Gear. Well, I won't be playing Metal Gear. I'll be providing commentary for Metal Gear with my buddy Cody on his Twitch stream. Ooh, the Hidden Cellar. On his Twitch stream, I know way too much about the Metal Gear series. So mostly, I'll just be frustrated about what's going on in his stream while he plays.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. I love the Metal Gear games so much.
Scene of it is disturbing.
I've never played them.
More about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
It's the first game where I ever felt like I wanted to speed run the game. And I did for a really long time. I got my time down to like 2 hours and 20 minutes or something.
What was lurking within his troubled heart,
Go to the
and
cathedral.
as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed,
Oh,
hell
hello.
will surely follow in his wake. The shadows close in on Tristram once again, but like Ada, I'll be gone.
Yeah, my time was actually really good for not having the optimizations that they had now. But what an unpleasant game to sit through if you know everything already. So that's going to be my challenge, just trying not to make fun of him. while he figures out the really obvious things. I think the first time I played the game, it took me 12 hours to get through.
The infamous Tristram Cathedral. I'm close to the fallen star now.
Ooh.
Peekaboo.
Ta-da. It's pretty cool down here. It looks classy. Looks
Yeah,
like
with the giant holes.
it looks homely.
Classy, that's the word.
Ah, we could have done that. Damn.
Oh well.
That'd have been cool. An adipose. New skill unlocked. Rapid fire. I'm sorry, was my character already not shooting as fast as she could? Because that's pretty fucking bullshit.
Ah.
Not bullshit is I don't have mana, I have hatred.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to measure your life. How much hatred are you capable of right now?
All of it.
Right? I need a boost. I'm almost out of hatred. Donald Trump. Alright, all set.
Winner. Okay, I'm gonna ruin everything real quick.
An ally has left my party, but my foes are weaker.
Oh, well, I'm just going to run away without you. I'd just like to point out that in the 20 minutes we've been playing, you are now equal to where you were.
Party, but my foes gain strength.
Yep.
Is that why you switched?
Possible lie.
Nothing could possibly go wrong. Oh, an event, huh?
Oh, minions, stay back. Back. May this wet roll.
Deckard Cain.
Skeleton King.
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones.
Bring me his bones. Cain, if you could defend yourself, that'd be really appreciated.
I'm here to rescue you. My hatred is too low.
So what does a falling star have to do with the Abrahamic religion's mythology?
You know, I think you might be reading a little too far into it. The game is called Diablo
The game
3.
is called Diablo.
Thank you, but why did you risk yourself for me?
Leah asked for my aid. She will be relieved to see you again.
But we also have all kinds of
Full to hear that Leah is well.
enemies here that don't appear in any mythology related to Abrahamic religions.
Fine.
Must discuss the fallen star.
We must discuss the falling star.
I promised Leah that I would save her uncle, Deckard Cain. When I found him, he was facing the Skeleton King. And now this abomination blocks my path to the fallen star.
Uncle, you're alive.
I have but one request of you. What do you know of the fallen star?
Friendly fire is off.
Much to my dismay.
Oh man, I was playing Overwatch 2 weekends ago, and I said, because we were playing with this random dude who just I don't know what his deal was. He just couldn't get it. He picked the squishiest character, and then ran around like nothing. And he was just lucky that I was a healer, and then I was paying attention to what he was doing. But he kept almost dying, and he kept like ripping me away from whatever. And at one point, he ran away from the entire party. Period. Like, we were supposed to be defending the objective, and he just disappeared.
Brilliant.
I was so pissed off. So I said, God, I wish friendly fire was on. I'd kick his ass. And my wife was like, you can't say you wish friendly fire's on. That's the worst thing you could possibly say. But I meant it. I wanted him dead.
It's because you're a monster. It's okay.
Yeah.
I still love you.
Thanks.
Blacksmith,
Just wanted him dead.
Cain said you could help me find the crown of Leoric.
Not now. It's my wife. She's locked in the cellar like all those who've been bitten. I'm to put them all down. But how can I kill my own wife?
Sometimes death is the only mercy we have left. I will help you.
Oh, I'm so nice.
Follow me.
I will kill your wife for you.
Well, he's paying us, so.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't do it for free. I'm just, you know.
What is this, communism? No, I gotta get paid.
My friends, I'm sorry.
Sorrow won't save your town, blacksmith.
Man, I gotta say, rapid fire is pretty badass.
I'm an idiot. I thought I was standing next to you. I'm not.
Like, I went on for the quest.
My love.
Forgive me. Yeah, you better save that for a second from now.
I do what I want. Cake.
I couldn't have
Yeah, it really couldn't have been easier.
I'm in your will.
Deckard Cain told me you know where Leoric's crown is.
I can help you there. It's buried with his chancellor, my grandfather. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
There's one thing I don't like about Diablo 3 compared to 1 and 2. I liked collecting potions. I don't like the auto regen potion thing.
What's that?
There's something, well, first of all, I don't like the finiteness of the potions. Like, I like that I could plan to go in and kill something just by standing there, mashing the potion button and, you know, trying to hit it. So I understand the strategy that they're employing by making you kind of kite the enemies while you're waiting for your potion to regen. But I feel like it's taking it out of my hands.
Yeah, but then you don't have to spend an age managing inventory space.
Excuse me, that was half the fun.
What is wrong with you?
It's
How
not
is
just
that
me.
fun?
Some people love the inventory management system of Resident Evil 5 so much that they created a game where you just manage the inventories.
I never played Resident Evil, so I don't know that.
Oh, not 5, 4. Sorry.
The reference is lost on me. Is your wife judging ground?
How satisfying.
Oop, oop.
So picking up a health potion now just refills our health?
Yeah, it just adds it directly, immediately.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little less exciting, isn't it? Like when a health potion would pop up before you're like, ooh, that's $10 I don't have to spend anywhere else. Ooh, piece of candy.
I don't know that I would eat candy you find in a graveyard.
Well, obviously you have
Just
not
saying.
lived. I'm just saying, if you were the kind of guy who can throw Kamehamehas away the way you do, maybe you just be a little more adventurous. Ooh. It's not a pretty game. There are prettier games out there, but it runs on everything.
True.
And I don't know what happened, but one of the latest GeForce drivers, or one of the latest, probably a couple months ago, gave me the option to run everything in 4K and then scale it back down.
Okay.
I don't know why it thinks that's the default and why it should do that for every game. Because I don't think it's safe. Is it safe? All right. Why is your face cold? Oh. Oh, there's a shrine. A fleeting shrine. Oh, did I ever mention that I'm going to the Trek convention in Vegas this year?
Oh, you are?
Yeah. It was a Christmas / honeymoon gift.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's just a shame that I won't be able to spend the $750 it is to get a picture with the entire cast of The Next Generation on the 10 forward set.
Dang.
Yeah, $750 is a little obtuse. Just even if it was like within the realm, I don't know if I would spend it.
I think I would. I just got a thing. I don't know what it does. Oh, I have a light above my head and I'm glowy.
Oh, is it a shrine or an altar?
No, it was a potion that was on the ground.
Look, you're lecturing me about candy, and here you are just drinking potions in cemeteries and altars.
I didn't even want to. I wasn't even close to it, and it's just like, oh. You've got this now. And I'm like, I don't want this now. The game's like, too bad. You got it now. Have fun.
Well, you don't even know what you have. Oh, look at all that money. Hey, dirty. Not gonna lie, the imps are kind of cute.
They are. It's true. Like adorable little Lloyd. And then we kill them.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, that's what you're supposed to do. What do you do to children when you encounter them?
Clearly, I kill them.
Right. All I'm saying is there's a natural selection process, and if kids
19 killed massacre.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't know what I expected when I opened that coffin. Inventory.
So if I have 2 one-handed items, why can't I put something in my other hand?
First, 2 teams raise their flag. We'll go head to head for $1 billion.
Okay, I'm not even mad at that. Reptilian leather pants of the bear. I don't know what the hell that means, but it sounds fun.
That's awesome. I want to see where they got these from. Actually, I take it back. That sounds like nightmare fuel.
Reptilian leather pants of the bear. What kind of bear was that?
Like, is this a bear wearing reptilian pants?
Or perhaps it was a reptile who made pants out of a bear? Very astute.
I'm sorry, I'm an idiot.
Oop, oop.
Hi.
You know, caltrops are kind of like cheating.
Easiest line.
It's like pretty much you just put something on the ground saying, you're not going to move anymore. Oh, look, the crown.
Shiny.
No, I will not allow you to bring that monster Leoric back to this world.
Oh. I didn't realize that was an enemy. It wasn't doing any damage.
Was to me. Not that it mattered.
What is over here?
What is that?
Fast travel. Then we could just go back to town.
You found the crown. Truth be told, I didn't think you'd make it back alive. Reach there. You've been scripture weapon. There. New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than making spades occupy my life. I want my life to mean something.
Then we are allies. Each weapon you forge for me shall serve to purify these lands.
So what does the salvage system do?
You can get parts for crafting. Honestly, I think the only way to get the top tier stuff is to craft it, but I also don't know what the top tier stuff offers.
I
So-
like crafting.
Yeah, I suppose you would.
So who do you talk to for the nonsense then? Oh, the artisan.
Yep.
May the gods who abandoned us come to your aid.
Father John knew the girl. Well, details are hazy, but I knew that Adria was obsessed with chasing that pain. She knew she could never raise a child.
Cool.
The Decker believes that the madness and horror of her life finally caught up with her. How might I use the crown to reach the Skeleton King?
At last.
Find the Skeleton King, place the crown atop his head, and destroy him.
When he is destroyed, I shall finally reach the star.
Oh my god. Alright, back to the Cathedral Garden. Did you pick up the quest? I'm sure you want to pick up the quest.
If you pick it up, I pick it up.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, look at that. It's right in front of the thing, too. That's nice and convenient.
Oh, I gotta ruin my business.
I really have to pay more attention to the environmentals.
That's a lie.
In the eastern kingdom of Kyrgyzstan, I heard rumors of Zakharum warriors called Crusaders. While the natives were most reticent, I was able to deduce that
Oh, there's a door over here. There's a door over here.
just as Rakis took his army of paladins west, but these Crusaders went east for a very different.
Oh, look at Zach.
Not enough hatred.
That is the second time I've run out of hatred. So picking up the red potions laying around will heal all of your party.
I noticed that. Which is kind of cool.
You know what's cooler than being cool?
I hate you so much.
I'm so used to that, you just don't know. I've got a friend who I talk to on Google Messenger. And really, our entire relationship devolves into talking about how much life sucks and then me throwing puns at him. And just about every other thing he says to me is, I hate you so much.
Sounds like a fun relationship.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't have it any other way. He's a good dude. He works hard.
How many people do we have watching us faff about?
4 in total now, and that's including my friend Zach, who is currently watching. And to answer his question, no, I've never played Diablo 3 before. I don't know, like 4 Sundays ago when I bought this to play with the rest of the sharks. One of the nice things about Restreamio is it came with this chat app, which connects to all of your different chats. So you don't have to have all the streams open if you don't want to. But, you know, I pay for 200 megabits per second from Comcast, so I'm going to use it.
Accurate.
Zach says he has far too many hours into Diablo 3, and I know he's waiting patiently for the Necromancer update. So I'm sure that's going to become the stream of the Sunday stream game once that comes out. You'll be like level 70.
I will never be level 70. You take that back.
It's tough. I like Diablo in general. I loved the first game was... Yeah, patiently. The first game was fantastic. I loved it. I played it on the PlayStation first because it was available for rent from my Blockbuster. And then I believed a lie on a Juarez site, if you remember those way back in the day.
Yep.
Saying that, hey, I could download Diablo 3 and it would only be 50 megabytes. Diablo and it would only be 50 megabytes. So I downloaded it and it was just the demo. Yeah. And so I bought it. It was one of those games where I was like, okay, well, this is cool enough that I'm going to spend my actual money on it. And working at McDonald's, that was not easy. Actually, I think I was working at Burger King at the time. So, Blizzard, you had my $50 back then. I think I got it downstairs. Diablo 2 came out. I kind of ignored it. I wasn't really into it. But then the Battle Chest came out. And I bought it. And I tried to find that account, but it's gone.
It's the internet. Nothing is ever gone.
Well, it's gone for me. Oh, look at all this shit. Yeah, I've collected all this shit. Apparently they disable the characters on Diablo 2 after a certain number of months of inactivity. And it had been years. I don't remember how I got back into playing it. When the Battle Chest came out, I knew I played it a lot with the guys I used to work with at Best Buy. Because not everybody was into Unreal Tournament. And I mean, they're wrong, but it was an option.
At least you recognize it well.
Zach, you've never met Zach, but Zach is a good guy. He's also a pool of information on anything he's interested in. he got obsessed with Nier, the new Nier game. I think he ended up with, what was it, a New Game Plus 3? He says I'm wrong about him being a good guy, which is usually a pretty good indicator that he's a good guy.
You will know soon enough. Help me find my gear. I will reward you well. Tell me, what brought you to this infernal place? I have unfinished business with the
Anyway, when he gets into something, he gets into something. So he's very Dark Souls and I don't know, Bloodborne? Were you into Bloodborne? New Game Plus 3. Persona 5, he's got a couple hundred hours sunk into. It doesn't even feel like it's been a couple of hundred hours since the game has been released. So I don't know how he did that. Because I have a full-time job. And 80 hours took 2 weeks of the full-time job. Not playing the game, like actually working. No, not playing seasonal. Broken. We're just playing single player campaign. Because I suck. How you doing? Today, I don't know, we're just kind of dicking around. It's not like a full pro game play or anything. We're just well, I mean, Eric is pro. Because he just bought the game today.
2 hours in the game total ever.
Yeah, Broken, I remember you from like when I tried to play Mass Effect a long time ago. It's not that it's been a while since you've been here. It's been a while since I've played anything. So I appreciate you coming back. It's nice to see you. Anyway, we're messing around. Mostly my shtick lately has become playing old like PlayStation games and FMV games. But I recently discovered Restreamio, or Restream.io, however you want to look at it. And I wanted to try out multicasting too. All the different services. I just wanted to see if it was possible. You know, kicked them a couple of bucks. Being able to look at the chats from all of the different services is pretty cool. But noticing that Beam and Hitbox are kind of virgin territories, and I mean that because, wow, if you've ever been on Beam, there's, I think, like 300 games being played at any given time, which is a far cry from Twitch. Oh, Hitbox was weird though. I was watching on Hitbox. Eric, I don't know if you've ever played Counter-Strike before, but cheating is rampant. Even the pros cheat.
Really?
Yeah, like it's a pretty big scandal issue that the pros keep buying cheats and getting busted for cheating at events, and then having to cop to it, and then getting banned for a year or whatever.
Dang.
Yeah, so Broken's been on Hitbox and Beam. I was watching a Russian streamer last night on Hitbox cheating. He was cheating on his stream, and not like in a subtle, like I have an aimbot way.
Well, he's Russian, so.
Well, true. But in the like big, I can see where the bad guys, where the other guys are. In the big, it was so bad. I just couldn't believe it. It was so bad.
It's awesome.
Yeah, no, but it was fascinating. Like, where the hell is John Dar anyway? Wasn't paying attention. This is my problem with like Oblivion and those types of games. I'll get into a conversation, just hit skip. Where the hell is this dude? Is he even here? Maybe. Bueller.
No, that's not the right way.
Wow, that dude teleports in for no reason. Can he run? So Broken plays Diablo 3. It's one of his favorite games. I like it. Like so far, I like it. It's not Diablo 2, and that's probably where the biggest issue for me is it's not Diablo 2, and that's what I know at Diablo 2. Although Diablo, I think, is still my favorite. We have to get down there, I think. Yeah? Okay, well, does that mean he's going to come over here and fucking do something? There you go.
Good job.
That was a quick reversal, bro. Yeah, you tell him. Betrayal can never be forgiven.
Nope.
Oh, the Diablo games have some pretty weird voice acting. Like, sometimes it's fucking amazing, and then sometimes you get, like, your dude. That is agreeable.
Accurate.
Yeah, Broken, Diablo 2 was my thing. And Diablo, but Diablo 2 had the pleasure of being consistent, and Diablo, the original Diablo, had this phenomenal procedural generation system for dungeons. This is the Zach says the male Crusader has the best voice actor, which is probably good because right now my character, I don't remember what the hell this is called, but she sounds very disengaged. Like, I mean, you're a Crusader, I get it, but I want to play games where the voice actors feel like they're having fun. Because then I can like live vicariously through them.
He alone had the king's ear and whispered dark and evil magics into it, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop, the councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement and sent us off to die.
Yeah, see, I fucking forgot the environmental stuff. Eric, if you could ever learn how to fire like 150 arrows in, I don't know, 10 seconds, it'd be really nice. I could use that skill.
I'd be much richer.
No, we'd both be much richer. I'd take you to freak shows and show you off.
Hot.
Zach says I should play Persona 5. I'm not sure why. Zach, I've got the attention span of a dumb goldfish.
Also, I haven't played Persona 1 through 4. Why would I want to start so late in the game?
Well, I think, you know, the stories are self-contained. Drips and oozes style. Game's a blast. Oh, okay, that explains that. I'm trying to figure out why I can't drop caltrops in this because I've been resting my finger on the key.
Nah.
I'm smart. Oh my god. You know what? I'm going to take a minute to talk shit because, you know, I've only got 5 people watching. I was watching this dude's stream yesterday, and I'm not going to tell you what his name was. And actually, I'm going to do that right now, Broken. Oh. Right, because that is not how this works. Yep, cool. Anyway, I was watching this guy stream yesterday, and he was playing GoldenEye. And I don't know if you know this, Eric, but GoldenEye is still a super competitive speedrun community.
What?
And the record he was trying to break was just over 6 years old. And people sit there and try to break them every day.
Wow.
Yeah, seriously. Zach says they're self-contained stories, just core mechanics carry across. There are occasionally Easter eggs that reference previous games. Like in one of the games, is one of the party members was an idol singer, and in Persona 5, there's a poster of her latest album. So, that's the thing. And Broken's about to do some farming. I'm sure he's level 60 or 80 or whatever the hell the current cap is. Anyway, so he's playing GoldenEye, and he's playing it's the absolute first level of GoldenEye, which I love. I love watching that. I find this. I'm gonna get my thoughts together. The speedrun community is super strange because it's been around for 20 years. Before speedrunning was even a thing, people were playing GoldenEye and recording it on VHS cassettes and sharing it with each other over the internet, doing video capture and crap like that. So he's playing this level, and I didn't really like the sound of his voice, but I'm not going to judge people on that. But he was talking to his chat, and his chat was the most poisonous, vile chat ever. Because they keep calling each other nasty words. And not in like a fun way, in like the, you know, in a very political way. And I was trying to wonder, like, I was kind of wondering, like, what kind of dude is this that supports this kind of stream? Like, and he wasn't even addressing it. He was just kind of letting it go. And I'm always of two minds about whether or not you want to let something like that go, or if you want to, you know, pick it up and tell people to cut it out. Because there has to be some freedom, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, do you let people in your chat call each other cucks and stuff like that? You know? And so somebody brings up ghosts. And like spirits and evil presences and all that.
Okay.
And I was astounded by, like, so, you know, people believe in ghosts and spirits and stuff. That's fine. I'm not going to criticize people for having beliefs and, you know, whatever their experiences are. I don't necessarily agree with it, but it is what it is. Somebody says, I can't get behind, like, I can't believe in ghosts because there's no scientific evidence for that. And his response to there's no scientific evidence for ghosts was, well, that's why it's worse and that's why it's so scary, because there's no evidence, so we have no idea how to deal with it. Right? Right? Painful.
I don't even.
Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna say I'm having a lot of fun with this. And Zach says seems legit. And then with a cat face that looks a lot like my cat. That's kind of weird.
How is your new kitty?
Oh my god, he's so cute. I'm actually thinking about adopting him. He's just a foster. Just a
okay.
foster. We picked him up a week and a half ago. He was found in a rainstorm.
Oh.
Thus the name Poseidon. 5 weeks old, no mother. He was emaciated from hunger. Digestive problems, all that stuff. Just a cute cat, though. Like, he was... He had to have been worth it because, oh my god, what a terrible transport story. We had to pick him up from Princeton, Minnesota, I think it was. So we drove an hour and a half, and it was raining, so it was actually like 2 hours. It was raining hard. So we picked him up, and he was adorable. He was tiny. He wanted to be on everybody. Like, he was jumping on people because he was just happy to be around people as opposed to on the side of the road. Well, that's awesome. And he hadn't pooped since they found him.
I just got disconnected.
Oh, no. That's a really bad time to do that. Kite. No, kiting did not work. Also, the Avatar of you is taking damage, but you're not dying. You are currently... Oof.
It's not letting me back in either.
Well, it's because you're still here. And now you're gone. Try it again. Or maybe it's because this is a boss instance. Do. It is probably not optimal to be here alone. Oh, I'm doing like no damage. He's apparently also immune to my caltrops.
My hatred is too low.
Hey, I'm getting him. Still can't join? Oh, you've joined. There you go.
There we go.
There you go. So anyway, he hadn't pooped in like 6 hours. And him being a kitten, it was more like eat and poop, eat and poop, eat and poop. So they fed him a few times, and he hadn't pooped. And we were driving back from Princeton.
Oh no.
Yeah. We're like 20 minutes away. We hit traffic on 35 at 94. We're like just almost home, just so close. And I actually heard it. I heard the noise, just like this little...
Oh, it's magic. That is.
If you're into that, I guess. And I felt so bad for my wife because she's sitting there. I'm like, it's on her. She's got the cat in the carrier. And so he pooped in that, like on a bed. And it smells like tuna. It's like straight from the can tuna. And he's he's crying like, you know, because cats don't like to poop where they sleep. It totally makes sense. He's just sitting there crying, and it's this sad yelp where he just doesn't want to be there anymore, and he's so upset, and he's just, please help, and he's like trying to get away from the poop.
It's so cute.
It's adorable. But then he eventually figures out that we're not going to let him out. So he just lays down in the poop. And so it starts off smelling like tuna. And the tuna does this like slow fade transition. Yeah, Zach, I do need to adopt that cat. It's like this slow fade transition. If you've ever watched Existence,
Yeah.
it was like that, like where Jude Law puts the thing on, and then the whole room just slowly fades into the comic book shop, and he's like, that was beautiful, except instead of beautiful, it went from smelling like tuna to smelling like diarrhea, just awful. I don't know how to describe how awful it smells. Like death. It was like death. And we were driving in the rainstorm, so I couldn't put the windows all the way down.
Poor kitty.
And thankfully my wife cleaned it up. She was nice enough to wash him and throw away the bed. Because I'm allergic to cats. Because, you know, why wouldn't I be? Ooh, I have all kinds of new shit right now. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, she was nice enough to clean everything up, but he's just this adorable little thing. He's like a pound and a half of fury. And we have
No problem sitting on your shoulder.
no. I was trying to play with the Rift. I put the Oculus Rift on. I plugged it in, and I was trying to figure out how to set up a stream with that. It's not easy, by the way. You have to hope that the game has output support. Otherwise, you can't get a stream. He just decided that was the moment. He was going to climb my leg and then my back and then sit on my shoulder because he wanted to know what was going on, why I had the thing on my head. So that's my Facebook profile picture, is a cat sitting on my shoulder. I think it's also my Twitter profile picture. But yeah, he's adorable. And yeah, we're talking about whether or not we should adopt him, or I should adopt him, because he'd be my cat. But we have two other cats, and the oldest of them really likes him. And she doesn't really like anybody. Cemetery of the Forsaken. The objective is to go to the Fields of Misery. And my question is, but what if I didn't?
We do nothing.
That'd be the best game ending ever.
Just sit.
Please, I need you to help me find my uncle.
No.
But what if I didn't? Credits. Did you ever play? You had an NES, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think you were a Genesis kid. You can usually boil gamers our age down to two schools: NES or Genesis. Or rich kid. Oh, crap. I have so much stuff. Damn. Damn. Dude, I have so much stuff. Okay, well, Zach had both. Dick. I'm just kidding. I'm a little jealous of a couple of things. Huge fan of the Aladdin game. I mean, I think everybody was. But there were a few other games out there that...
I had a Sega CD.
Oh, dude. Why? I was surprised. I looked it up. There were like 200 games for the Sega CD. I should have sold my shit when I was in town. I'm just going to discard a bunch of it. I don't need any of this shit. Fuck you. I know part of the fun is to sell it, but we're on a quest. None of this early game stuff actually matters. All right. Anyway, NES. Did you ever play the original Sonic? CD is objectively the best Sonic game. Yes, that is correct. Anybody who thinks that Sonic CD is not the best Sonic game just didn't understand Sonic CD. And now I sound like John Romero.
Aren't you?
Suck it. Actually, I'll get back to that in a second. Rambo. NES. You ever play it?
No, not that I recall.
It's one of the most hated games on the NES, and I know why, because everybody wanted to play a game where you just like showed up and shot everything in the face. And I totally get that because I like to shoot things in the face. But Rambo was this like action RPG. It was way ahead of its time. You start with a knife. You're level 1. You can defeat enemies for XP. You level up for more hit points. It's actually a super, super complex system for an NES game. Especially one called Rambo. But it's this weird amalgamation of the first and second... No, not the first and second. The second and third games. Yeah, Gauntlet Legend, Guardian Legend, excuse me, was actually pretty cool too. Although I didn't spend a lot of time playing it because I didn't have money to buy a lot of games. We had a Pathmark, which was a grocery store nearby where we lived that used to rent games out, and so occasionally we'd be able to buy games for like $1 or $5, which is how I got Rambo. I played through it. I think I'm one of the few people in the world who have spent enough time to beat it. But at the beginning of the game, Colonel Troutman asks you, because you're in prison. It's like a continuation directly from Rambo 2. We need your help. Are you willing to help? And Rambo has two options. Yes, or I like my life better in prison. And if you say, I prefer prison, Troutman's like, the game can't start unless you say yes. It's the first time I've encountered a fourth wall break. Man, I gotta start writing down the conversations because I fucking forgot what I was talking about. Oh, so I was I was rediscovering some like FMV games and going through my collection of PlayStation games because I'm going to play some of them on stream. Just kind of rehash my childhood. In fact, I've kind of started doing that with Wing Commander 3, which is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
Starring Mark Hamill, the ineffable Mark Hamill. And there's one game from my childhood called Crazy Ivan. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's like a mech combat game. One of the first games I've ever had to deal with strafing, or you die. And it's kind of a rough game, and there's just these weird like FMV featurettes, so it's barely an FMV game on the PlayStation. I didn't realize the game had a story. Because the Saturn version of the game has like 3 times as much FMV. Oh my god, the acting. Eric, you need to play this game.
No one can. Levels of awesome.
Oh, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Ooh, bolas. Boom, boom, boom. Smoke screen. Okay, we'll try that. I really gotta pay more attention to my skills and shit. Diablo.
No, you don't.
Diablo appeals to me on a very base level where I like to shoot things in the face, except it's like cheating, so you don't actually have to shoot them in the face. But no, you're right. You don't have to pay attention to that stuff. It'll do it automatically. It just does it faster if you pay attention.
Yep.
I'm really looking forward to playing through the old PlayStation games. I think the Super Nintendo was definitely my favorite console. But, is this what I'm looking for? No, that's the Scavenger's Den. But I think it's hard to find something enjoyable on the Super Nintendo that already hasn't been, like, ruined by a speedrunner.
And yet you like speedrunners.
Oh, I love it's fascinating. It's fascinating stuff. But it's also kind of different to see, you know, the mentality between speedrunning. I appreciate 100% speedruns when it's available, unless, you know, we're watching Breath of the Wild, because that's a 48-hour speedrun. What the hell is this place? Can a brother get an arrow? But yeah, like Super Metroid, I don't think I remember playing it as a kid. And I don't think I can play it anymore because every time I've tried to play it, thanks to all of the speedruns I've watched, I don't know what the sequence is anymore. And now, because I've seen all the speedruns, I know the techniques to get past whatever stupid thing they've set up for... We came from here. God damn it.
I'm following you.
You shouldn't. I'm so bad at directions. So bad. So that's why I like PlayStation games in that way, because even though they've ruined a lot of them, like Klonoa, is a game that's got ruined speedruns and
This chest is just waiting to be opened. I'll play along.
Crash Bandicoot. That was another game that they just ruined with speedrunning. So I love the innocence of playing a game the way it was designed to be played, because you kind of get the perspective of the developer, where you can see where they thought something was going to be enjoyable, or where the game was exciting, or you can see why a level was designed with a certain thing in mind, like introduce a new gameplay element, and they were super excited about showing you the gameplay element and whether or not it was going to be important later. I love that stuff, and I think that exists a lot more on the PlayStation, especially in the early PlayStation games days, because nobody had there was no like guide what buttons were going to do what, with the advent of dual analog sticks, even when the DualShock became the standard controller, nobody was like, okay, well, this is what the DualShock does now, and we're going to use the right stick to aim and the left stick to move. That was a later thing that happened. So all of that perspective is kind of interesting to me. I'm kind of rediscovering that. I played an FMV game that was this weird... it was actually very much reminiscent of Sega CD kind of stuff. It was like a combination of Myst meets... the hell is the name of that? Dragon's Lair.
God.
And I wasn't smart enough to save, so I lost my progress. So I'm going to come back to it later, but the Dragon's Lair thing was kind of the killer. If you didn't know what to do, then you were going to die. So knowing when to save is... And that was the kind of tough part from the games back then, was the knowing when was a good time to save. Because you didn't want to be that guy who was just saving all the time. And thankfully, I'm using a PlayStation emulator, so I could totally save state.
Ooh, you killed the treasure goblin.
Yep. Saw a little dude with the gold in the bag, so I figured I'd kill him. He looked important. I think I might have found what we were looking for. Yeah? Nope, these are the Forsaken Grounds. God! That has a quest. You know, that dude just built that fence. Come on.
I am undone. Demon spawn taking root in my fields. That's usually a sign to leave. This land is all my I cannot.
That dude needs to figure out then when your family owns the Forsaken Grounds that perhaps it's time to just call it.
So I'm doing him a favor knocking down his fences then.
Yeah, maybe. Although it doesn't sound like he's the type to learn his lesson. God, God, this is like cheating.
I can't carry any more.
Alright, I gotta take a look at my inventory here because I've got too much shit. Oh, that looks cool. Sure.
I'm just gonna do this.
How dare you? That's cheating.
Hey, you can throw it on the ground if you want. I'm gonna go break it all down. So I like crafting.
So you threw it on the ground. Okay. Okay.
My land is safe. Bless you.
I have more control now.
You just pop a level?
Finished quest, yeah.
You know what I miss though is couch multiplayer games.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Lucy, you stabbed him.
I feel like that's a lost art. Although I picked up Mario Kart 8 for the Switch. And if there's a more couch multiplayer game than Mario Kart 8, I don't know what it is.
Accurate.
I have no idea who Lucy is and who got stabbed. You know, this must be the damn den we were looking for. Who's Lucy and who did she stab?
Lucy's one of the harlots and she stabbed the guy who paid for her.
Oh, it's on the show Harlots. Well, okay, so Mario Party is a couch multiplayer game, but it's kind of like Monopoly in that nobody wins Mario Party. You just lose friends.
It's true.
I've watched many a Maximilian Dude streams where they play Mario Party, and I mean, Simmons is always butthurt, but he never walks away happy. It does end friendships. And unlike Monopoly, you can't cheat to help your friends out. You're pretty much just stuck with whatever the game gives you. Although I think Mario Party has an algorithm built into it to make the game speed up when everything kind of looks hopeless for somebody. Now Mario Kart, on the other hand, you ever see that picture of Patrick Stewart out there? It's got the quotes next to him, like, it's possible to make no mistakes and still lose.
Oh, yes.
He says it's life. I say it's Mario Kart. Especially on the 200cc circuit. I got shelled like 6 times in a row at the very end of the 3rd lap. Just no chance for recovery. And
Yep.
you can't restart one race. You have to do the whole circuit all over again. And Zach has just announced the end of his life. He says he's going to download the Dark Souls randomizer mod and start streaming the randomizer. It's like a roguelike version of Dark Souls. Because that sounds like a great
Why
idea.
does he hate himself?
I don't know.
Do it. We love you.
See? I don't know why Cody ever told you about that. It's going to be his fault when we lose you to that. Although you might have to change the name of this, the idea of Salt Quarry to the Dark Souls stream, because he's got 500 plus hours in each Souls game. Are there books? I feel like that's the kind of thing that they would write books about.
There are books, yeah.
Like, to me, it's weird because I don't really... Oh, there's the fucking den. God. To me, it's... All that stuff doesn't really matter. It's, the story is completely inconsequential. It's literally don't die the game. But to people who can play that in their sleep, apparently, there's a lot of lore in the item descriptions. Ooh, well, that was close. That was close. Speaking of lore, I've got a little box on my screen right now that says new lore.
A dark coven has formed in
Ditto.
Tristan, and I fear that their superstitious violence may damage.
Well, nobody has a problem killing cultists. Like killing Nazis.
We're still mass murdering
People
sociopaths.
based on their religions.
Doesn't matter if they're bad guys. We're still killing a lot of people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I should get my will changed because my will currently says that I want on my tombstone the words, "Didn't kill anyone who didn't need killing."
Jeez.
Quest item. What's over here? Empty equipment slot. No kidding. What is empty? Oh, well, there you go. In my defense, I was 18 when I made that decision, so... Do a little exploring while we're up here.
Rather, if here I am rapidly turning into a pumpkin.
You should have a doctor look at that. Yeah, we'll head back to town. I was actually kind of hoping there'd be a portal up here, but that would have been too easy. You know, we should have started this game on hard. Ha! I did know where the thing was. I don't believe it.
Thing.
I've got some brand new goods you might be interested in.
Oh, I'm really glad I don't actually have to read any of this stuff, that they have this nice and color-coded. Is this better than my current gear? Oh, look at the colors. The colors, Duke. The colors. I'm a colorblind kid. Turn in.
I have the sword piece, but a woman named Magda and her minions tried to wrest it from me.
Uncle Deckard, you sound like those dark cultists you told me about.
Very good, Leah. You have been paying attention. Stranger, does any of this jar your memory?
I have no memory of this color, but I sense a far darker shadow guiding its hand.
Lick a color. Pick a color, perhaps? And in that case, yellow. All right, Eric. I guess we're going to call it a night.
Indeed.
Thanks for playing, man. Appreciate it.
I had fun.
And to anyone still out there, Zach, Broken, thank you for stopping by.